All right, let's get right into it. We're about to tear down some of the illusions that might have been holding you back, using a series of truths that once you hear them, you can't unhear. You know that nagging feeling? Like you've been settling for crumbs when you were actually meant for a feast? Well, you're in exactly the right place. Our journey starts right now. Just let that one sink in for a second. Seriously, this isn't some poetic metaphor, it's a diagnosis. Every single day that you choose what's comfortable over what could make you grow, you are literally stepping over what could have been. You're walking past the ghosts of dreams you gave up on, all because you were too busy trying to please everyone else. And that leads to this question. I mean, let's be brutally honest with ourselves, just for a moment. The life you're living right now, is it something you consciously designed? Is it built on your own desires? Or is it a blueprint drawn up by someone else? Your family, society, maybe even a younger version of you that you don't even recognize anymore? And here's the tough part. The brutal truth is that life designed by a stranger, it wasn't designed with your happiness in mind. This is the core problem, you know? This is the trap we're gonna unpack today. The trap of living by someone else's rules. And more importantly, how you can finally break free. So, where do we even begin? Well, we start by turning around and facing the ghosts of yesterday. Because until you do that, the past is just a giant anchor holding you in place. And believe me, it is time to cut the rope. Wow, this reframes everything, doesn't it? We have this tendency to romanticize the past, but this quote just forces you to see it for what it really is. You aren't revisiting some fond memory. You're walking back onto a crime scene, digging around for a treasure that was never there to begin with. The only thing you're gonna find is the same trap that got you the first time. So here it is, the choice laid out right in front of you. On one side, you have the past, a heavy, rusted anchor, a crime scene, a dead weight holding you down. And on the other side, you have release. You have peace, self-care, and your future. It's a choice between something that is dead and gone and a life that is still waiting for you to live. Okay, so how do we actually do this? Well, these aren't just suggestions. These are rules for survival. Forgiving someone in silence and moving on, that's not about hate. It's the ultimate act of self-preservation. You have to stop being the 24/7 emergency contact for people who are never there for you. And you must never, ever set yourself on fire just to keep someone else warm. Now, once you've cut that anchor to the past, the real work starts. See, it's not enough to just be free from something. You have to start building something new. And this next phase, it's all about forging a new self, one that's built on a rock-solid foundation of self-respect. You know, we hear a lot about self-love and self-care, and that's all great, but what if that's not the ultimate goal? What if the real prize, the thing we should all be chasing, is self-respect? It's not something you just wake up with one day. No, it's the reward. It's what you earn after you've been through the fire. And this right here, this is the absolute heart of it. The real prize in life isn't the stuff you get. It's the person you become while you're getting it. Your character, your resilience, the wisdom you gain, that is the only currency that actually matters in the end. So this is how you start building that foundation. It all starts with radical, maybe even painful honesty. Admitting to yourself that you are not where you want to be. Then you take full ownership. Your healing is your job, nobody else's. And yeah, pain can be a great teacher, but you can't let it move in and start redecorating, you know? Let it teach its lesson, then show it the door. And finally, you have to commit to always learning. Always. Okay, get ready for a major mindset shift. We're all taught to avoid problems, to run from hardship. But what if I told you that every obstacle in your way is actually a confirmation, a sign that you're on the right track? I want you to really think about what this means. We're conditioned to see an obstacle as a stop sign, a problem. But this flips that script completely. Obstacles aren't roadblocks, they're road signs. They are proof that you're moving towards something that's actually worthwhile. Because a smooth, easy path, that kind of path usually leads right back to where you started. So where does it start? It almost always starts here, with pain. It's that sharp, undeniable feeling that things cannot stay the way they are. It's the universe's alarm clock, the shock to the system that forces you to finally wake up. And right after that initial pain comes the discomfort. This is that awkward phase of growth. It's the feeling of being a total beginner, of trying new things and, frankly, sucking at them for a while. It's clumsy, it's uncertain, but it's absolutely necessary. Then, that discomfort hardens into a real struggle. This is the grind. This is where the work really happens. It's the daily battle against your old habits, fighting that little voice in your head telling you to just quit. This is where you build real strength. And only after you face the pain, pushed through all that discomfort, and embrace the struggle, only then do you finally get to see this progress. You suddenly realize you're standing somewhere new, with a whole new perspective, changed by the climb. There are no shortcuts to this view. So let's break it down into 4 simple steps. First, you face the adversity head on. No more running. Second, you drop all the excuses, every single one. Third, you start making small, consistent changes. And finally, through that whole process, you start to become the person you were always meant to be. And look, through this whole journey, you have to burn this into your brain. If someone else can't see your worth, that is a reflection of them, not you. Their blindness is their problem. Your value is not up for debate, period. And all of this brings us to the final and most transformative stage. This is about who you become after the journey is done and the incredible, incredible responsibility you have in this very moment, right now. This isn't just some nice, hopeful saying. It's a guarantee. The storms of life, they aren't just there to disrupt you. They're there to reshape you. They wash away the person you used to be and reveal the stronger person you are becoming. So, what are the big truths we need to carry with us from here on out? First, the past is an anchor, but your future is the wide open sea. Look ahead. Second, remember that some storms aren't there to mess up your life. They're there to clear the path for you. Third, letting go is always, always an act of greater power than clinging on. And finally, and this is so important, never forget that you are always just one single decision away from a totally different life. And this might just be the most powerful truth of all. Realize that right now, in this moment, you are creating the memories that your future self is going to look back on. So you have to ask yourself, are you making them proud? Are you giving them a story of courage, a story of growth, a story of someone who refused to settle for anything less than what they were worth? So as we wrap this up, the final question isn't for me to answer, it's for you. After hearing all of this, where do you see yourself on this timeline? Are you still in the past, tied to that anchor? Are you just stepping onto the path, feeling that first bit of discomfort? Or are you in the middle of the struggle, building the person you're meant to be? The next chapter, that's all yours to write.